Hey everyone. Not sure if I'm live yet. Okay, looks like I am. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing today? Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching and thanks for participating in our Metabolic Jumpstart Challenge. Today's topic is stress. Stress, and that's always, it's always a big one. It's always one of those things where like we know, right, that stress is impactful. Most of us have it in some way, shape, or form. Most of us know that we probably should address it in some way, but usually we shift to the other things first, right? We shift to our diet, our nutrition, our exercise, or really anything else but stress, oftentimes because we feel like we don't have a lot of control over the stress. And some of that might be true, right? There's things in our life that we don't have control over, and there's things that we do. So I would encourage you, where can you take a step towards getting a handle on the things that you can control? And one of the things we talked about today is box breathing. So I put the box breathing graphic in the comments. There's also a great video just below that in the comments. I can kind of give you a visual to walk you through that breathing meditation. Actually, one of my most successful clients, Barbara Eckert, she's in the group, and I'm going to tag her. Actually, she has gone on to teach breathing techniques, breathing meditation. And so she will tell you how critically important and how impactful this can be. On this note, I want to talk to you about one thing in regard to stress. If what you're doing to try to make changes, hey, Barbara, I saw you just popped in. I just mentioned your name and about how wonderful you're doing with your breathing practice and sharing that with others. I want you guys to think about the changes that you might be making or the changes that you're asked to do. If those changes are inducing stress in your life, I really want you to reevaluate them. Okay. There's all these diets out there, and like, I won't get into a huge rant, but there's diets out there and exercise plans out there that literally, like, you're likely looking at them and thinking, okay, like I can do this for a short period of time, but it's going to completely upend my life. I'm going to ask you this, like, let's stop repeating that cycle of throwing ourselves into more stressful situations to induce some kind of change that we know is not realistic for our lives. Okay. This process, and I actually sent another email about this morning, so check your inboxes. But like, this process has to be slow. It has to be implemented in manageable steps. And I know that that is frustrating for a lot of you. But, I work on this with my weighted and weighted clients. Like, we're literally the first week starting with just taking a look at our hydration and working on some kind of mental exercises. And that's it. And a lot of times people are like, I need more. I need the meal plan. I need to cut out, every single carb. And I want you to think about like where your head goes in relation to that. Okay. And think about like, what is that doing to your overall stress level, right? Small, manageable changes implemented over time is what leads to sustainability. It's what keeps your stress levels down. It helps to not affect all those hormones that I talked about in the email. So just something to think about, okay, when you're looking at programs and things to kind of make changes in your life, right? Like, what is manageable? What is sustainable? What can you do in the midst of your already very busy, very crazy life, right? What things can you work in to that as we go through? Okay. So that's all I have for today. If you have questions on that, pop them in the comments. If you have questions you don't want to put on Facebook, You guys know how to reach me. DM me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram, or reply to the emails that I've been sending. I'd love to chat with you more. All right. Have a great day. Do your box breathing, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.